Hello everyone, xHedra here bringing you episode 2 of Exoria, a mod pack by Davquist. So, the last episode was the first episode and I got a lot of things done. To be fair, I kind of went a bit too far with my material because I want this series to progress along nicely. And the moment you have enough to make to make the quest, the moment that you have enough to make the 2 wooden hopper and then the 2 strainer base and then the 2 mesh, you should probably do so to start getting resource ASAP. But since I'm in a recording mode where I record a little bit, show you an episode and then go into a time lapse, I have to take the maximum amount of that time lapse to do stuff. And when you look at this field, it might look like a lot of wood, but you really do need it. Considering that the planks are 2 per log and the sticks are 2 per plank, it's something that you absolutely need a big field of, and you will not regret investing in. So let's come back here and let's look at our quests. There were 2 levels that we were working on. We were working on the cob and we were working on the strainer. We're going to get the strainer done first because that's going to give us better progression. So if you look at my material, I ended up having about 2 stacks of plank. And I ended up getting 48 twines, and I made 11 chests. Well, not 11, 10, and I had 1 here. So I'm probably going to just make, you know what, just to make sure that I don't overdo it, I'm going to put 1 here, split this in 2. I'm going to put, that's a frustrating number, but let's do that for now. So I'm going to make 5 hoppers. I'm going to hit this right here, and I'm going to write hopper. And let's make 5 wooden hoppers, which is going to satisfy this part of the quest. And then let's make 5 strainer base. So let's search for strainer. 5 strainer base like this. Oh, I need to grab the chest first. So let's grab the chest, and now I'm going to make 5 strainer base. And 5. Voila. So that's going to give us a good start on material. Now we need the Survivalist strainer. And since we have 5, let's look at those. Okay, so the Survivalist strainer is going to give us rock, iron ore, tin ore, copper, silver, lead, pufferfish, granite, andesite, diorite, and apatite. The Survivalist strainer dense is going to give us sand, dirt, mud ball, chalk, gold nugget, loam, sticks, terraclay clump, algae, and some kind of rubies. It seems like this might be less useful compared to metal, but the way this mod pack works for the beginning, I really want more strainer dense than not dense. So I'm going to make 3 of the strainer dense. So let's go right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's get all of these. Perfect. And I'm going to make 2 of the non-dense. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then I'm just going to click this and shift click those in. I don't even know if I have enough. No, I don't have enough sticks. So now it's going to be stick production. So this is 5. 5 times 8. I need 40 sticks. So let's get started on the stick. I kind of forgot to prepare those, to be fair. So, but it goes quickly. So let's just, and it goes quickly. So let's just get it done. And when you're standing on top of it, if the thing breaks, you won't put a block down. Like, that's the best advantage of doing it this way. So let's quickly do this. 25, 29. I didn't take enough. Really? Yeah, barely. Perfect. So that's kind of good setup. I didn't know I was going to be this tight. So let's do all of these and grab all of this. Ooh, I didn't know that they took 1 space each. Kind of good that I have enough space. And let's grab all of these. Perfect. So now we have everything that we need to set that up, and it's going to give us our efficiency meter. I'll be honest, I tried to play with putting them multiple different ways, and I did not find the best way to set them up. And by saying that I did not find the best way of setting them up, what I mean by that is I didn't find one way that gave us more than the standard 0%. I found a way where I would get a negative use out of it, but I didn't find any way that gave me a positive. Now, we're going to have to go adventure a little bit and go put these in water. A bit later, we're going to be able to set them up at home because we're going to be able to set them up closer. But for now, there's no other options than for me to adventure and go and put it away. I'm going to have to pause one moment. My dog is going crazy. And I'm back. Sorry, someone walked in front with a dog. And for whatever reason, that dog doesn't seem to love other dog all that much. So we're going to water, and it's far. I hate having to put it far away because it means whenever I want my resource, I have to walk to go get it. But it's kind of what you have to do. For the beginning, because I don't have any way of transporting water with me. Oh, this is, I kind of forgot almost this poison setup. I have to be careful not to walk close to this. Perfect. Okay, perfect. I got right into it. So let's look in here, and this is deeper. Let's put one strainer base down there. One strainer base in here. One strainer base in here. And these we're going to set up with the Survivalist mesh. So you put them in the water and you put the mesh right on top of them like that. Actually, there's two ways. You could right click it and insert it here, or you can do it like this. Let me look the efficiency meter, and oh, minus 15, minus 30. Okay, I kind of forgot a little something here. Let's fix this right now. So here's the thing that I forgot. It's a good thing that it happened because I can explain to you. 0%, 0% because they're not touching each other. If you get some touching each other, they end up giving a negative value. So let's go back right here and see, I collected those bones, and this place will have flowing water now instead of regular water. Let's put another one right here to test the running water, and see, this one's not affected because it's in standing water, not floating water. And the last test that we're going to do is, if you look here, there's two levels of water, and if I break this down here, I'm putting the strainer base under the two level of water. And now that that's placed there, if I put a mesh in it, it's now technically one deeper than this one. But look, if I look at the efficiency, no bonus. So being with a single block of non-flowing water on top doesn't give any bonus, and having an extra block on top still doesn't give a bonus. So why put something deeper and harder to reach at if it's not going to give you a bonus? So we're going to go here, put the base, put the base in here and put this here, and because they're one apart, I should be good. Perfect. So now all of my resource gathering material strainers are all set. So this one already, I got a little clump of iron, but it's not important. I can't do anything with this. And this one already, I'm getting sand, dirt ball, mud ball, algae, and gold nugget. Let's grab all of this. What's in this one? Grab all of it. There was nothing different or new. Then we'll come back to this one. Oh, this one's giving me sticks. And this one back here, granite and rock and iron and some copper. So that's kind of a start, but now I need to let those work. And I'm going to have to come back here in a little while. Like, not right now, but I don't really need to stand next to them. They're not going to work faster. What I need to do now is look at the quest and start doing a little bit more progression. So let's go back, and we're going to take care of the cob, and we'll come back here afterward. I'm not warping back because I saw these stone on the way, and flint is kind of an issue for me right now. So if I could grab a couple of flint to make more tool, I'm going to appreciate that. That's why I'm trying to walk by and grab some flint. These ticking sound that you hear, it's those stupid fairies. They end up going in the lava or in the poison water, and they hurt themselves, and they make that annoying sound all the time. But they're not dangerous. They're not going to attack you, so there's no worry to be had there. So let's just continue right here, and when we come back, we're going to have some trees. By putting some torches, this mod pack is a bit forgiving. If you put torches, some of the trees will grow at night. Very slowly, but they'll still grow a little bit once in a while. So it's always worth putting a couple of torch if you have them. We can't make torch yet, but at least you... I need another hatchet, but you can find them by breaking the bone. And that's going to be my last hatchet, so I'm going to have to be careful to make a couple more. I don't know if you remember, but in the last episode, I ended up making 7 or 8. I didn't want to make that much. I wanted to make 3 or 4, not 7 or 8. But I always do more than less, because at the end of the day, it is important that you never run out. Like, you don't want to be in a situation where you need to cut something or prepare some plank and wood and say, oh, no, I'm going to have to go travel around now to get some flint and get other material to be able to make my basic tool. So it's something that it's better to take care of as you go. So let's look at the quests for the next step. So we've opened a couple of things, but until we do this, the rest is not really that important. Let's go for roof over my head where we needed the cob. So in between episode, I started, let's just grab, no, not grab, let's get rid of a couple of things. I'll get rid of these rocks for now. So rocks and rocks. Let's get rid of the gold and the bones. And the bones. We're going to get rid of the chalk and the sand. We don't need chalk. Sorry, we don't need chalk or sand right now. Algae, and you know what? The one of the forest we don't need yet. We're going to need it once we start getting a bit more into Botania, but for now, we don't really need it. Let's get rid of the rocks also. Perfect. So, in between, in my time lapse, I started making all of this. So let's grab these mud balls. Hello? Grab these mud balls and grab this terra clay clump, and we should be able to make some cob now. Let's search cob. I want the cob balls like this, and let's click this. So that's 32. Oh wow, that's way too much. Derp. No, it's not too much, not necessarily too much. Let's just see how many it makes. I kind of forgot that they need to be transformed. So that's 24. And that's going to be 36. Ah, oh, come on. I'm just missing a little bit still. So how much is this? This is more. It's the terra clay that's the problem right now. So let's make 4 more terra clay clump. As you can see, I can make my own terra clay clump, or I can go get them from the strainer. At this point, I don't want to run back and forth to the strainer, so let's just finish this. I think that with this little setup, I'll be like, with just these, I'm going to be good to finish this. So 16. Oh, I'm getting a good yield for once. I was so sad at the low yield that I got the last time. Again. And I'm back. Never thought someone would come and deliver something at my door this hour. I guess that's the problem of having 1, a dog, and 2, not really a real recording room somewhere. Something I'd like to make one day, but considering that this is a pastime and not a money-making venture, there's a limit to how much I can invest in getting a better setup. So let's complete the cob. Hopefully that should be the last of it that we need. And we're going to get into a really cool concept right now. So grab all of this, which gives us 16, which should give us 4, and barely the 40 that we needed. That's kind of cool. You know what? I'm going to start some more terra clay clump because we always need terra clay in this. I could have made some more drying rack, but I need so little terra clay clump right now that it would feel kind of weird spending all of that time making mud. Terra clay clump. Perfect. So now that we have the 40 cups, the next step it opens up is this, a beginner's furnace. Now that I have access to stone, I can maybe build a basic furnace that can cook a few things. First, I need to form the rocks into cobblestones block. With those cobblestone blocks, I can then make a beginner's furnace. This furnace fuels needs to be lit up with my fire starter to start the smelting process. So now we need to make cobblestone. And to make cobblestone, you basically need some rocks and either terra clay clump or clay or muck. So I don't think I have access to muck right now. Nope. So the only thing that I have access to, well, I don't have access to clay yet either. I'm going to have access to clay pretty soon, I think. But all I have access to right now is terra clay clump, which means, as you've guessed it, we're going to be producing more of those. But we don't need a lot of them. We just... Oh, I hate when I do that. I'm just going to need 8, really. The question is, do I have enough rock? Wow, this one doesn't want to give me, finally. So the question is, do I have enough rock? Because as you've seen, it's 3 rocks around a clay to make 1 cobblestone. And for the furnace, we're going to need 8. Oh, these are all transformed. Perfect. Let's go back and make our 8. Ooh, wood. Don't ever pass up wood. If you see wood, cut it down because it's a resource that's always missing. And when I say it's always missing, like, I've been able to build everything that I want to date. But the question is, if I want to make something bigger, my platform bigger, or if I want to start creating more strainer base, I'm going to need more wood. So it's always something that you need to think on cutting down. Because once you have one grown, if you're not cutting it down, well, you're not breaking it down and you're not getting to a point of getting more. So rocks. When we went to the strainer, we ended up getting a couple of rocks, and most of the other we grabbed on the side of the hill. So let's come here and transform all of it into cobblestone. Well, no, I don't want all of it. Let's grab that. I only want 8, and the reason I only want 8 is we need the terra clay for so many things. So that's 6, 7, 8. We need the terra clay for so many things that I don't want to waste any that I don't need to. Perfect. So let's grab all of this. And we have everything to make our beginner furnace. All we need now is the beginner furnace. Let's make that right now. And did I break one? No. Okay. Whew. I got scared for a moment because you cannot pick up cobblestone right now. If you break cobblestone, you get rocks, so that would not be funny. So we have our beginner furnace. Let's go in here, and it needs to be put in a room, like the same with the other one. So let's put the beginner furnace there, and oh, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because it needs 40 exposed cob. It detects the type of material your building's made out of, and it tells you that you need these type of materials. So that's going to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this wall is going to make half of what we need. And I want to make the rooms in the ash, because at some point I might be able to expose the building completely, but until then, whatever I can save in building material by using the rest of the wall, I'm going to be good, because it doesn't need to be a room made only out of cob. It needs a room that has at least 40 exposed cob, which, I'll be honest, I find kind of weird. I understand the concept that you need a better room setup for better material. I'm not quite sure that I understand how it's acceptable that only part of the room is made out of the material. So now if I put it down, all is good. And the way this, well, let's wait a second before we make this work. So now we can make basic piping. With the strainers, I need now some basic automation to be able to manage the income of resources. So it's want us to set up a basic BC pipe transport to empty the strainers. But the strainers are way back there and we haven't been able to move them yet. But water, right here, there's going to be a way to move it. So let's get toward that. Rocking all over the world. With the clay I wonder if firing the clay in a furnace would give me the opportunity to make a basic bucket. I then would be able to move lava and make a basic cobblestone generator. Let's hope this works on this planet. So let's look at unfired clay bucket. You can do this with 3 terra clay clump. That's why I didn't want to waste it. I told you guys there was a reason. So let's take care of this, put this in here, and this is going to give us our 3rd. And while we're waiting, you know what? You always need more terra clay clump. So let's just get some more. Let's get this out of the way right now, so that by the time that it's ready, I'll have another 16. Well, if it gives me any mud, 12. Oh, this mechanic is really annoying. Like, I really would prefer that it give less. Like, I'd be fine with it giving me only 2 or 3, but that you 3-click it and gives you your 3 and it's broken down and then you can move on to something else. The fact that it's random, you can get up to 8 or 10, but that for the rest of the time you have to be clicking like crazy to get the material, I don't really... Not a big fan of that mechanic, but it's only for the beginning. We're going to walk away from this pretty soon-ish. So it's part of the mod pack, and I really enjoy the mod pack, so let's do that part. Et voila. So now we have 6 terra clay clump. Let's exit here and more wood. Wow, my farm is working fabulously. And by the way, if you've set up the same kind of farm, by now you should have persimmon. But there's another thing I wanted to show you. It's annoying that I'm moving slower, and it's annoying that I'm really close to dying easily because of my 3 inches. But there seems to be something in this mod pack where you don't really go below the 3 inch, so that it's not made so that food is a life or death situation. It's you're worried and you're not at max potential when you're trying to run and jump, but at least you can survive on low food. That's why I told you guys not to worry. Now that I've shown you this and that I've proven that it's not a problem, I'm just going to eat the persimmon because personally, I don't want the waste of time. I want to be able to run and accelerate. That being said, we're probably going to take another trip to our strainer base soon, and you're going to see that once we do that, we're going to totally solve our food problem. Because the strainers, if you remember, one of the type of strainer gives us food. So with the strainer that gives us food, we're going to be good. The other thing that I'm not really doing properly right now is I haven't prepared enough string to make more strainers. It's just that I don't think I need to do that before the time lapse. Right now, by the time we go get our material, our strainer meshes are still going to have some use out of them, so I won't need to replace them just yet. And since we don't need to replace them just yet, I can afford to do it during the time lapse when I'm going to move them. So let's put this here, and last tree, yeah, last tree. Oh, no, another one grew in the meantime. So this is kind of good wood-wise because it's going to make sure that whatever progression I was doing, I'm going to be able to continue. But it's taking a little bit of my time. Ideally, this situation, the wood situation, is something I'm going to take care in the time lapse in the future. And you know what? I'm going to leave it at that because now we need a new hatchet. So let's go make a new hatchet. So hatchet is stick, flaked flint, and twine. So double flint. You know what? I have 3 sticks. Let's make it 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's grab all of those. Perfect. And I'm going to go finish the trees just because I really want to permit it to grow as fast as possible. And as you've seen, I'm not stressing about picking up the sapling. Neither should you, because the sapling, you can always throw more ash through your Botania setup to get more sapling. So for these, that's why I walk away and I let them despawn in their own time. It really has no impact on me right now. It's not like I can run out of saplings and be in a stuck situation like you can in many other mod packs. In this one, those saplings are so easy to get that it's not worth wasting any time on. Let's finally make our buckets. And I'm going to make 2 buckets, even though I don't really need 2. Well, I'm going to need 2 anyway at some point. And the reason I say that is at some point we're going to want to transport lava. And unfired clay bucket with lava, they don't do so well. I have planks. Let's grab 6 plank for now, my fire starter, and let me show you how this works. I really don't like that interface, but it's cool. I don't like it just because of how hard it is to get stuff. So you put the wood down here, and you put the unfired clay bucket up here, and you use your fire starter, and you set this up on fire, and it's going to cook the unfired clay bucket Did it detect? Oh, yes. Okay. I was afraid that it had not detected. That would have been a sad time for me. And same as the other kind of furnace, unless you remove it, it won't be able to make cook the next one. So you better cook it. And then I think, yeah, you can retrieve the wood that's still burning and let the wood burn so that you don't waste the material. So now we have our 2 clay buckets. This is done. And it wants us to get some water, and it wants us to get some terra clay. I don't remember why. Oh, yes, I remember why. Okay, where are my terra clay? So terra clay clump like this is going to give me 1 terra clay. Hello? Yeah, 1 terra clay. Now it wants a wooden barrel. We all know how to do a wooden barrel. Let's go do this right now. I'm going to need a saw. And I'm going to make, you know what? I'm going to make 8. 8 because I'm going to need 1 for the barrel. And I'm going to make another shelf so that I'm ready. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Grab that. And the shelf. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab the shelf. Put the shelf right here. And now we're going to make a little bit of inventory space because we're going to go and grab our resources. So let's put in here. And ash block have come in here. More ash block in here. Basalt. I'm going to keep it in the same one right here. So this I'm going to keep. This I'm going to keep. These these hatchet I'm going to put with the tools right here. With the saw. Some more ash. Let's just transform that. And when you hold shift, by the way, it shows you how many. So this one has 25. Unfortunately, you can't add it. Oh, you can. I thought it took it and then you put it back. Anyway, so that works. That's the flint hatchet, wood. So wooden barrel's been detected. Let's put it down right here. Let's grab these 2 clay buckets and let's go run back there to go get our material. So we're going to empty everything that's there in the water. And for the rest, we're going to, well, empty everything. Probably not going to empty the materials, the ores, because we're really not ready for ore processing. Ugh! I wasn't careful. I got really lucky. So in this world, for whatever reason, you don't burn long. You just get on fire for a little tick or 2, and that's it. Which is a good thing because falling in lava is a very real danger in this world. So let's go back here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these 2 water, and I don't have anything to fill that up. I should have thought of bringing something. And let's look at this here. Ooh, so remember the food problem? Fish, fish, fish. This is, oh, I can't put it back now, so I'm stuck with silver. But what I wanted to do is grab the fish, the appetite, because the fish we can cook, and the rock, because rock means cobblestone. The rest I really don't need now, so I'm going to leave it for now. In here, I don't need ember. I don't need the gold nugget. I need the terra clay, the stick. I'm going to grab the sand even though I don't need it yet. The algae, mud ball, dirt ball, and loam. Loam is important. That's the other part of the quest that we needed. We needed the loam. We need the loam for 2 reasons. I showed you this quest, but I should also show you this one. Light it up. The fire starter is very important as I can now make charcoal, but it's not easy. The strainers should give me the material that I need. Now I can make a charcoal pit. I need to cover log piles with loam on all sides and light it up with a fire starter. The bigger, probably the better, and then of course wait until it is ready. And with charcoal, I'm finally able to make some torches for more light. So I need 16 loam, and the only way to get loam is with these base. So let's grab all of this, and please tell me I have more loam in here. 5 loam, so no. See, now I'm missing 4 loam, so even though I would like to be able to progress to the next step of this mod pack, I'm now kind of, oh, yes, 18 loam. I thought I was stuck, but I guess I got lucky because without this, I can't progress. So let's grab everything that I can from here. Some more fishes, some more appetite, and some more rock. And now let's go back home using the quickie teleport home portal, and we're here. And now we can continue. So I'm really lucky with the loam because I thought this was going to be kind of something that would hold me back. So we're going to need 2 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way. Break all of this to make a bottom floor. Oh. Like this. Let's just get rid of a couple of things. I'm going to put a bucket of water in here. Well, but that's not helping me get rid of anything. Let's put some wood in here for now. I'm only doing that so I can pick up the ashes. Perfect. You know what? I don't want the ash. I just didn't want them in there. Now, with the wood like this, you can make wood pile. I'm going to make 4 wood pile. And you put the 4 wood pile in here like this. Then you cover it with loam, all corner except one, and then you make a really quick operation because you don't want to lose your wood. What you do is, I'm going to light this up and cover. Light, cover. And you have to do it quickly or else the log is going to burn completely and you're going to waste it. But now, because it closed, there's kind of a mechanism, and I don't know how it works, but there's a mechanism that starts this process, and it's going to give us some ash and some charcoal. So that's the next step. We need 4 ash and 16 charcoal. And I think 16 is the minimum it's going to give us. We could get 20 or 30, but for sure we should get 16. So that's, for this one, we're waiting for this to cook, which takes a little while. This was the water part. Now the water part, now that we have the wooden barrel, the terraclay, and the loam, the next part is the crucible and the oak leaves. So here's the thing. I have water here that I put in the bucket, and now I have this loam, and this loam I'm going to get more and more and more, and unless I want to make a massive structure of this, because I think I could make a 4x4 or 9x9 or whatever size I want. But other than that, what would be the usage for loam? Because when you look at loam, it doesn't have much use at all, except clay. So they made sure that loam transform into clay. So I can just do like this and get 4 clay. Let me just make some space in the inventory. Not having a dump chest really makes this kind of harder. So now I'm able to make some clay. The reason I want some clay is the next part of the quest is the crucible. So if I look at crucible, if I look at crucible, it's the same mechanism, but it's with brick. I need 7 brick. So this, I'm going to put some more water in my other loam. And if not loam, I could have used this terra clay. I'm going to transform it back in clump because I need the clump more. But if I didn't have a choice, I would have used it this way. So that's 4. That's going to be another 4. And because material is at a premium, I'm going to put the 1 extra clay in here, and then I'm going to go cook the rest. And then we're going to get stuck on this quest, and I'm going to explain to you what the next step is going to be. So let's put 6 more again right here. Fire start this, and while we're waiting, let's grab these terra clay clumps. And I don't have any mud, so that doesn't really matter. Let's look at the quest for now. So we're going to be able to make the crucible. And this is kind of a bug, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a bug. Because it says I need 4 oak leaves, but it shows any kind of leaves. The truth is, these leaves, even though they count toward the quest, they cannot be put in the crucible because there's no life in these plants. Okay? It's just, they don't melt unless something's changed in the mod pack since I started playing that part. We need a different type of tree. So this, I'm going to be stuck. Well, I'm not going to be stuck because it detects the leaves even though it shouldn't. But now I need to progress in other direction. This one, I'm still waiting for this to complete cooking. So the next one could be grow your crops. I definitely need to speed up crop growth. I wonder if I can make some fertilizer from the apatite I collected. Also, those bone might prove useful if can grind them down into bone meal. I need sharper flint though. I can try to flake the flaked flint a second time. So first of all, it wants us to make some fertilizer. So let's search fertilizer. And fertilizer is made with 1 apatite and ash around. We have 5 apatite, and if I look quickly, I don't think that there's really any other good use of appetite right now. See, like, there's nothing I can really do with it. Oh, no, that's not true. Whew. Good thing I didn't forget about that. So I'm going to transform just 2 appetite. So let's go back here and get those 2 appetite transformed into fertilizer. So that's 1, 2. And around I need ash. That's not enough ash. If I need ash, I know where to find some. It's just, really, I never kept enough ash. Okay, that's kind of funny. So let's just go and grab some ash right here. And this is still cooking, by the way. I came by it, and until it stopped when these little particles are done. So don't open it before that, or else you're not going to get your charcoal. You're probably going to waste all of your wood. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Fertilizer. Oh, and 1 more fertilizer. Oh, that's only 4. Derp. I need 8. Don't want to waste all of this, but okay. I need 8. I need 8. I'll just keep 1 appetite for now. Anyway, I'm going to get more when I go back, so it's not the end of the world. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. I need 3. So 1 more block. And that'll teach me to keep some useless ash next time, because ash is not that useless. So that's 8. This is completed. Now it wants us to make a flint grindstone, a wooden crank, and a bone meal. So let's look what a flint grindstone is. And a flint grindstone is, wow, I forgot. It's 16 cobblestone and 16 stone. Okay, so that's something we're going to work toward during our time lapse. We're going to have to get to this during a time lapse, because there's no way I can do this right now. But now that you know, let me just show you quickly the stone you get by making cobblestone in the furnace, the same way as before. And the cobblestone, the only way that we still get it is with the rock and the clay. There really isn't any other method open to us right now. Because the problem is, well, I could use a stone barrel, and put lava over water, but that's too much costly. It's too costly in lava. So the last way that we could probably do this is if we had a way of picking up cobblestone, but we won't be able to until we have some metal tools. So let's go back in here. We're going to pick up our brick. Then we're going to go back here, and I'm going to make our crucible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that makes our crucible. And remember those 2 clay buckets? I don't want to break them now, but technically I'm going to use one to make a cobblestone generator. It's just that it's not going to grab cobblestone at this moment. I'd like to be able to eat this up, but I don't want to risk. How can I do this risk-free? I want to try something quickly. I still have some lava up here. Let me grab some ash block. Oh, let me grab some ash block. And no, this is not finished. Let's just go up here where my lava is. So I have some lava right here. I don't mind wasting some of the lava, because there's so much lava everywhere in this world that it's not like it's going to matter. So perfect. So now I'm going to put the crucible here, and if I decide to break it, I'm not going to lose it. And we're going to test the dead leaf. They work! Okay, so the first time I tried the mud pack, I wasn't able to make water out of the dead leaves. It was more of a situation like, the explanation was that those trees are so dead that they can't even produce water. But that's amazing, because it means I don't have to run around for water anymore. So I guess this part of the quest is fully done. Concrete. So we're going to keep that for later. A better furnace. So I should work toward a better furnace out of harder materials. I can't harvest obsidian yet, but maybe I can smack obsidian with a hammer, shift right click, and get some shards that I can use. But the furnace surely needs a house that is more waterproof. I can probably upgrade the cob to some wattle and daub. So remember how we needed to have the house filled with cob? at least 40 cob to have this work. While the better furnace, it needs wattle and daub. So if I go look at wattle and daub, the way you do it is 8 cob around a wicker gives you 8 water and daub, and the wicker is this. So we're going to need some wheat. We're going to need to start a farm. But we haven't seen anything to start a farm, which brings me to the last quest that we have access to right now, Regrowth. I found some kind of plant life. Maybe if I show this to the people at home, they can give me something in return. With the pasture seed I got in return, I assume I can grow that on dirt. Now that I have dry grass, maybe I can dig through it like the coarse loamy dirt to get some plant life. So appetite and algae is going to give me a dry pasture seed. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to show 1 appetite and 1 algae, which is why I wanted to keep more appetite, but 1 of this and 1 of this, and it gave me a seed. And this seed, this dry pasture seed, if I put it on dirt, it's going to make it a kind of dry grass. So let's look at the next step. Next step, it says we need 25 dirt. Let's look at this. We can get 16 out of this, and we can get 11 out of this. So that's 27. Quest completed. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use this to make a field. And I'm putting it anywhere because we're going to end up either breaking it all or getting it back anyway. And we're not going to want a field of that. You take the dry pasture seed and you put it on top, and now look at this. It just expands to the block all around. And this is like normal grass that if I add some dirt, it will slowly propagate. But what it brings me to is the next step where it says, hey, you need to get one of all of these seeds. So the way to do that is same way that we get the mud. You hold shift and you right click. Let's just make some space and you right click like this. And I finally got 1 seed. So I got a cucumber seed. And let's continue. I got a sugar cane, so that's a very good one. And this one's dead. So next one, let's see what we get next. Pumpkin seed. The most important seed to get is the normal seed. So we have rush seed, which is going to be good later, and bamboo. Bamboo's very important. I'm really glad that we got a bamboo. We're going to plant that ASAP. And now we have a cactus seed, and I'm going to stop there because I don't have any space on me. So let's just go and put some of these in my chest. So cactus seed, melon seed, rush seed, bamboo sapling, sugar cane, and double cucumber seed. That's kind of lame. I don't need that much cucumber. So let's put that right here. And if I look at this, I'm still missing a ton of the other seeds. And let's come back here. But it also, no, it hasn't opened anything else. So now you've seen pretty much everything is stuck at getting material. So I'm gonna go in a time lapse now. It probably a 20-minute time lapse, which is gonna be 20 minutes times 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be chopping some of those leaves and getting water, and I'm gonna go back there, and all of my survivalist, all of my meshes are dead by now, which is normal. I wanted them to die because all this setup I'm going to bring back over here so that I don't have to travel back and forth for my material. And I'm going to reset everything in a room in here with just 1 block of water on top of it, and I'm going to separate them by 1 block so that they don't get a minus efficiency bonus. If you guys have found any way of getting a positive bonus, I'd be really happy to have your comments in the to have some of your comments written so I can know about it. Because I haven't played as much as I want with it, but whatever I tried never got me more than 0. Not even like a +5 or a +10%. If it had, I would have spent way more time trying to determine that. So like I said, in my time lapse, going to be cutting some trees, going to be moving all of my strainer base back here in a room. I'm going to make a room on this side so I can start getting my material locally. And because anyway, we're going to want to automate it with the pipe. I'm going to make more dirt and break this down until I get all of the seeds that I need, because next episode when I come back, I'd like to have all of those seeds. Probably going to grow the bamboo, and if I get the normal seed, I'm going to start making wicker. And we're going to need some more cob, so probably look at getting all of the terra clay that we get from now, and the mud is going to get together to make cob again. And what's the other thing I want to do? Also, I want to maybe get start slowly working on getting some more cobblestone, because that's going to be next step. As you've seen the grinder, how expensive it is, we're going to need to do that. Now, is this finished? No, this is not finished. I was hoping that this would be finished so I could show you, but I guess it's going to have to wait for the next episode. So let's go back here, always and on accomplishment. So this way you can see the crucible top left, you can see the charcoal pit on the left, this grass that we've made, the water barrel. So we're getting really good progression, and I would say that this is a great start that will make the rest of the mod pack that much more easier. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now!